On Wednesday, with the radio waves causing fires is going to be a problem.
Okay, so
on Wednesday, Pacific Gas and Electric revealed to a federal judge that its utility equipment issues may have caused fires in some California counties, including Kern County. According to the court documents, May 30th and 31st, Bell Ridge Fire burned 53 acres after a power line fell, causing the grass to catch on fire. The documents also said that PG&E worker had identified a broken tie wire but was not fixed in time. So this is from 2019, right?
So,
caused fires including Fresno, Mariposa, and Butte. Yeah.
So I had somebody hit me up one time, and they were talking about how there's a weird percentage that insurance companies do on whether your house could catch on fire, right?
Yeah.
And fire insurance, stuff like that.
It's brutal in California now. You can't get fire insurance.
Well, she was telling me that everyone on her block had a really high rating except for her house. And I go, well, does your house have a smart meter on it? She goes, no, I'm the only one on the block that doesn't have a smart meter on it. She goes, holy shit, right? So what's really interesting about the Sacramento show, besides the big-titted PG&E person or the whatever, is I'm outside on the balcony. Right, I'm outside on the patio talking to everybody after the show, and this woman comes up to me, and she goes, I live in paradise. I go, really? I go, what happens? She goes, I have to tell you the story. She goes, I was just chilling there, on her porch or something like that, and she looked up, and she saw this, silver cigar thing in the sky, right? The silver cigar thing, and she said lights were going back and forth, and this is right before the fires, back and forth. And then she said suddenly the lights all just went boom, and then there were fires everywhere. And I stopped thinking about this story a long time ago. Then suddenly videos now are popping up all over Twitter. If you go to my Twitter, samtripoli.com, there's a video right now of a guy playing catch with his dog, and he throws the frisbee, and when the dog goes up to grab the frisbee, suddenly you see something just fly through the air that is a silver cigar looking thing.
Okay, let me see this video, because there was a time where Eddie Bravo and I got way too high and we thought that rods were flying through the air. We watched this documentary on rods. Do you remember rods?
I know.
Okay. You got into conspiracies a little later, son.
I've always been in conspiracies.
This was one of the dumb ones. This was a really dumb one. So there's these things that supposedly flew so fast through the sky that you could only see them in video footage. You couldn't see them with the naked eye. It turns out what it was bugs flying quickly close through where the lens is, and it's a video artifact. So it stretches these bugs out and makes them look like rods that are flying through the air. It's just because the video's not that good. So there was a show, I forget the show, something Finding Monsters or something like that on the History Channel, I believe. One of those shows. You know those shows?
Yeah.
And they were trying to find out what rods were. So they set up cameras, just try to see if they could capture them and film. And then they set up a super high-speed camera in the same location. And they did it over a little campfire so that bugs would be flying around. And I think it was a campfire. Whatever, some kind of a light where bugs were flying around, and then they were filming it. And then on the high-speed camera, you could clearly see it was bugs. But on the low-speed camera, it looked like aliens. These things are long, tubular things that we've never identified flying through the air, but it's just video artifacts.
Okay. This thing slows it down. It doesn't look like a bug.
Let's see it.
Did you find it? It was one of the newer videos I put out.
What do you think it is? Think it's a UFO?
Well, I don't believe in UFOs.
Oh, well then, if it's...
Do you know that we've had flying crafts that have been going 200 miles an hour before the Civil War?
We could talk
Here
about
it is.
Give me a moment. We'll talk about that in a moment.
So.
It isn't real. It's
Okay.
real time,
Here's a dog.
Zoomed in.
Bro, that dog's gangster. That's a good steep ledge.
So you see it? Okay.
Okay, let me see it again.
And then just let it play because it shows you what it is.
Okay.
That looks like a bug.
Yeah. Let me see. Sam, that's a bug.
You think that's a bug?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's going to slow it down.
I think it's a fast-moving bug. Do you think there's that thing behind it? Here's the thing, is that the inability of the video to catch it? Because it doesn't seem like it, because the video is catching it. I don't know enough about high-speed filming or about what this is, the slow-mo filming. Man, the blurry shit behind it's weird. You know, where it looks like it almost has like a jet coming out of the back.
I think that's all part of it.
What do you think that is, Jamie? Right, but what's that trail behind?
You think that's
wings?
a bug?
The wings. Looks like a fucking...
Yeah, as it's moving fast, so it's stretched out as a video artifact, just like the rods thing. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say a full video art. It just looks like the wings of a bug, and it's like there's the body, and it's got some giant wings.
I don't.
Yeah, but what kind of bug looks like that?
And what kind of bug moves that fast?
But I mean, I think it's a perspective thing. I think the bug moves. Bugs move pretty fucking fast.
Yeah,
but bugs moving fast in the right direction.
And that far away,
it's little.
You're going to see
because
that far
it's
away?
Little. It's so little that as it passes by, it gets small so quickly and gives you the illusion of more speed. Because it's so little, it disappears quickly. Like you ever see a mosquito and you see it floating through the air and then it's gone? You can't find the fucker because there's too little.
Right, I understand that.
Once they go a certain distance away, it's like they went a million miles.
But look how far away that is. I mean, that is way far away.
I think it went right over the camera. That's what I think happened. I think it went right over the camera, and I think within a couple of seconds, like look where it goes. It's like right.
It's gone.
I think it's right over the camera, in the right direction, and I think it only takes like, you know, a millisecond for a fucking bug to do that.
I think it's something.
Let's see it again. Watch, here it goes.
Stop it at its farthest point.
Let's just not stop it. Here it goes. It's already gone. Yeah, that is pretty fast. Okay, I changed my mind. It's an alien. Maybe, you know, maybe there's a type of bug that I'm not aware of that moves really fast, though. But where is that? Where is that supposedly?
I don't know where that comes from.
That means a lot. Like, we need to know where it is.
But they've had crafts since before the Civil War. They were building crafts that went 200 miles an hour.
Okay, who's they, and where'd you hear
the
about
U.S.
this?
government.
Before the Civil War.
Yeah.
So before 1865.
Yeah.
They had crafts.
Yes.
That could go 200 miles an hour in the air.
Yes.
Who made them?
You could look it up. Pre-Civil War aircrafts. There was a bunch of like German scientists in America that were working with the U.S. government.
So this predates Orville Wright.
I'm just telling you, bro.
Right? Doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know dates.
I think it does, right? Isn't Orville and Wilbur Wright, isn't that the end of the 1800s? When was that? Well, you know what? I love that. You can just ask your phone. I'll ask my phone.
I love it. Go on ChatGPT.
When did Orville and Wilbur Wright fly the first plane? 1903. So you're telling me that in 1865...
Yep. I'm telling you.
In 1865, they had flying crafts. Well, as long as you've done multiple shows on it, it must be true.
I'm the truth, okay?
Where the fuck did you hear this?
I had two guys. Joseph P. Farrell was on, and he's like amazing. And he was breaking down that there were...
What is Joseph P. Farrell's area of expertise?
Hidden history. He does a lot in religion, particularly.
Is he self-taught?
No, he's really a great interview, man.
I believe you.
I mean,
is he self-taught? Does he have like a...
Will you look it up real quick? Yeah.
Education in this stuff, or is it just...
He's written like 1,000 books on it.
1,000?
That's a lot of books, dude. I can barely read one book. I'm stuck on Alexander II right now.
And what is he saying?
He's saying that in the pre-Civil War and during the Civil War, they had crafts that were traveling at 200 miles an hour.
Okay, and
you can find pictures of it on the internet.
Well, as long as it's pictures.
Well, there's drawings, dude. Someone took time.
As long as it's drawings.
Come on, man. Well, Jamie, you're leaving me here. Hang in here.
No, he'll get you. He'll get you. It's got to be legit.
It's there.
It sounds so legit.
Will you look up tinfoil hat, Joseph P. Farrell?
So many years before they flew the first very primitive plane that could barely get off the ground, and credit those guys with developing the first plane.
He didn't say plane. He said aircraft.
Oh, that's true.
Thank you.
Oh, so is it like a blimp?
I'm trying to dig down.
Listen to Jamie getting all pissy.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it could not be a plane.
Mom, Dad, stop.
It's true. It's true. No, it's a good point. Yeah, it could be a blimp, right? Like when they first start doing blimps. When did that start?
Well, wasn't that the whole point of like Led Zeppelin, that they didn't want people getting on blimps, so they like crashed that shit? Everyone thinks I'm crazy. You guys think I'm nuts. I'm just telling you, bro. Everything's a psyop.
I love it. I want to hear more psyops. I'd rather go that way than the other way, that nothing's a psyop. I want to hear that everything's a psyop.
Everything's a psyop. Dude, someone should do conspiracy news. It would be 10 times better than what you see on television.
Yeah.
I was watching, like, my girlfriend can't stop watching MSNBC. Doesn't matter how much they lied to her. She's, like, dug in, and that's her team, right? And so I'm listening to Rachel Maddow the other day talking about, like, demonizing RFK Jr. about mRNA vaccines, right?
Yeah. You want a cigar? Do you smoke cigars?
No, I don't, dude. But I'll put another Zin in.
Get that Zin. Please continue. Don't let me interrupt.
So you want to try one?
No, I'm good.
So Rachel Maddow, who just completely told everybody if you get the vaccine, there's a 100% chance you won't get COVID, is now telling everybody how important mRNA vaccines are. It's
Bro,
like
she was only off by 100%. Give her a break. It's hard. It was a trying time. We didn't know. There were a lot of mistakes.
How did I know? I'm a dick joke comic who's functionally illiterate.
Mistakes were made.
Not on my part.
Yeah, no. Well, it was weird to me where a lot of lefties all of a sudden were trusting the pharmaceutical drug companies.
It's really weird,
I'm like, what
right?
happened, guys? Like, what did we used to believe in? We used to think that the big pharma was like trying to make money and you should really be taking organic food and, taking vitamins and eating healthy and drinking water and going to yoga. Like, what happened? What happened? And everybody's like, inject me. What happened?
And then, I live in California where they're all about my body, my choice, except for when it comes to vaccines. Mm-hmm. And I had arguments with people. I'm like, I thought you're my body, my choice, and now you're telling me I have to take a vaccine? They're like, it's different. It's not. No. It's not at all. None of it.
It seemed like it was to some people at the time because some people got way more anxious about the pandemic than other people. And those people they reacted so strongly, they thought that these other people that weren't doing the right thing were fucking it up for everybody because that's what they believed at the time. The problem is most of those people have never kind of owned up to what they did because they were wrong and we did get hoodwinked. And there's still people that are trying to defend it and stop trying to defend it. The data's out. It didn't stop infection, didn't stop transmission. That alone would have stopped almost everybody from taking it or a lot of people from taking it. And they knew that. They knew that from the jump. They never did studies on whether or not it would stop infection. They just wanted to see if it created antibodies. The whole thing is, when you listen to RFK Jr. talk about it, you're like, he can't be telling the truth.
Yeah.
And then you find out he is. You're like, this is nuts. This is nuts.
Right. And then have you ever seen when they broke down how long it would actually take to make 5 billion vaccines that they wanted for everybody? But it would take 10 years.
It was just the thing that they had done it in front of everybody and everybody agreed to it. And then once they realized they agreed to it and they realized they got duped, they don't want to admit they got duped.
Yes. They want to be right, not do right.
Yeah. And then there's how many really nutty, Marxist, left-wing, lunatic, conferences do I see online where they're all masked?
Dude, I'm flying people in masks. They're still in masks. Yeah. They're still in masks. Everyone else doesn't have a mask. We're all living. They're wearing, these super heavy masks.
I said it before, but it's the Democrats' MAGA hat. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
You're letting everybody know exactly what you vote for. You have a mask and you're wearing it everywhere.
I love it. It's I know who the retards are.
But there's groups online where they talk about the importance of masking and they meet up and about how irresponsible all these non-maskers are and COVID hasn't gotten away and I have respiratory this and infectious that and immune suppressed this and fuck, man.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's not good.
But it was just one cold that was a little harder than most flus, and everybody got duped.
Yeah. And then you go, what about the 5G they're cranking up? What about what they're spraying in the skies? That now is an acceptable fact that they're doing geoengineering of our skies. 5 years ago, you were a crazy conspiracy theorist. Now there's laws being passed about it. And you put all that together, you're like, that's how people get sick.
It's weird, even cloud seeding, which is legal. You can seed the clouds and you can make it rain, but how exact is this science? Like, how you know what I mean? Like, what happens if you cause floods like they did in Dubai? Did you see that shit?
Yeah, well, camels just flying, flowing down the river.
Fucking Lamborghinis drowning.
Oh,
yeah,
poor Lamborghinis.
Right. I found something.
Tell me something.
Nothing about 200 miles an hour, but I found multiple things talking about aircrafts, including helicopters used by the South.
The South?
The Confederate, yeah.
The Confederate Army.
Do you mind if I get my phone for a second just to see if I can find it?
I found it because I was digging through the transcript.
Bro, they had the
of that
General
podcast,
Lee
and
helicopter.
Here's the transcript where he's talking about the history with his friend Beasley or something like that.
Who was saying this?
The guy Sam was talking about.
What is his name again?
This is his podcast.
What's his name again, Sam?
Joseph P. Farrell.
Yeah. During the point of the Civil War with the airship mystery, my friend Walter Bosley has written an interesting book called Origins about the black projects, world, and airships that existed in this country prior to the Civil War. But it didn't say anything about the speed.
Yeah, we talked about it. It was either him or the 2 episodes later they talked about how it went 200 miles an hour.
Airships.
Lincoln went to Congress to get funding, or is trying to get funding for some of this. There's a whole thing here about the balloon corps of the Army back to the Civil War.
Isn't Lincoln another one that they got rumors about?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
like the fellas.
Closeted, dog.
Or maybe like everybody did it back then.
They
That's
also
what
didn't
I'm
have a lot of
thinking.
heat back then.
So they just fucked?
The thing with the Lincoln stuff, they just said that they were like
Come over here,
sleeping
Bob.
together
I'm
in
cold.
the same bed. And
No, that's
whatever.
true. That's true. You know, it's probably not that weird for us, but
Back then it was like you got excommunicated.
Another
But
one
yeah.
of the airships. They're calling them airships, is what they were calling
And there's a certain
so was that supposedly a thing where a person could get in?
Oh yeah. So the boats with airbags is what I've been seeing. Other flying machines here.
Okay, so what that looks like is like sails, right? Can you show me that thing again? Look at that, Sam. That's like sails, like a sailboat,
but it's even
but
crazier
attached
than
to
that.
a base. So do you just jump off a cliff with that? How do you get that bitch off the ground?
One of them was describing, and I think it's in this. There was a traveling gas thing that went along with it, so it could keep refueling. Right here, see a mobile gas generator. It was accompanied by a wagon consisting of the necessary.
Oh my God.
See if you can look up
That's crazy.
Tinfoil Hat 901. That's the episode, and there's a picture of the craft that they had made.
So they're just refueling these balloons with gas.
No, but these aren't even balloons, dude. It's like literal like aircrafts that could go 200 miles an hour.
Okay. What do they
So
look like?
So the reason I bring that up is because if we go, they got these silver cigar things. Like, think about how long ago that was.
Oh, you mean that bug?
Okay. Bug,
The bug
sphere,
that
whatever
flew
you want to
real
do.
fast
Yeah,
in
I
front
mean,
of the fucking
whatever helps
Frisbee.
everybody sleep at night, you know. But
Listen,
they
man.
got the tech. That's it. That's what they had in 2000 in the pre-Civil War.
Wow.
Walter Bosley, he came out and talked about it.
Who drew that?
You can find those on the internet. I don't know who specific. The guy's name's up in the corner.
That thing can go 200 miles an hour?
Yep.
What's it powered by?
Oh, those are that's it. It's guys with NYMZA Aeros and the secret ship. Yeah, I'm retarded, right?
I do now. I want to know what that
Go
thing
to
is.
images.
What powered
Yeah,
that thing?
these are them. These are the crafts that they had
Whoa.
that they were working on.
So a person gets inside that fucking thing?
Yep. Look at that. And then there's a
Wait
propeller
a minute.
back there.
Who was working on this? The South?
The North.
The North?
The North in
Oh, I thought
Germany.
you said the South.
I did. And
You
one
said
of
the
things
South.
That said the South had some sort of helicopters.
Oh, the South had a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but this thing is different.
Yeah.
Whatever this is.
Yeah.
So is it a bunch of fans?
I don't know.
It looks like a bunch of fans, right?
or propellers, you know.
Right.
And they had that way back in the 1850s, dude. Look at those guys.
Do you really think that thing went 200 miles an hour? I think somebody lied.
Maybe, but they had that's what they said.
200 miles an hour. Step right up.
Just think of what kind of dominance you could have at that time with that kind of craft.
Yeah.
Moving that quickly.
I think they back then they used to thought if you went that fast you were going to explode.
Right.
You would melt.
Yeah, they used
It's
to think
witchcraft.
that. Well, they thought that before the trains,
But
right?
again,
Cars and
Germany's
trains.
involved. Germany basically funded the North when they needed money because, you know, Lincoln was issuing greenbacks. I have one at my house. I bought a Lincoln greenback, $20 greenback. It's pretty sweet. I bought it for I forget how much I paid for it, but yeah, that's like one of my favorite things I have. But
What is this, Jamie?
Oh, this is bucks.
The guy's throwing a baby.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Sacrificing
a child for the air gods. So, do you think that most of the UFO sightings that people see are U.S. government crafts?
Yep.
So do you think it's back-engineered stuff, or do you think we invented all the technology?
I think we
crafts?
worked with entities that give us the technology. I mean, it goes back to what we talked before about, Admiral Byrd and, that whole thing where I think it was Eisenhower made a deal. And I told you this, and that's where the missing 401 comes from. All the people who disappear in the forest. That there's really weird connections between all of them. They tend to be of German descent, of high IQ, and they just disappear in the forest. And Eddie Bravo has a really interesting theory about it. About how there's all these movies about all these people dying in forests and everyone dying in the ocean, to scare you from going out there. I'm afraid of sharks. I don't want to go out in the ocean, but what's going on in the ocean? We see stuff coming out of the ocean all the time. What's going on way deep down there?
Well, sharks are real.
Sharks are real.
You should be scared of them.
I am
the
scared
ocean is unforgiving.
And alligators.
And it's a rational fear. Fear of the ocean is very rational.
But Jaws makes this thing boom right in your face, right?
Dope movie.
When probably before that nobody was thinking about sharks.
Well, Jaws is based on a real event, right?
These things could apparently go fast because they use an anti-gravity fuel called NB gas.
What? They had anti-gravity gas in in the Civil War?
Yeah, so there apparently was this guy, Delachaux, the guy who was credited with the drawings, he was in something called the Sonora Aero Club. I'll also add that they found all this in a junk pile. He moved somewhere in Texas in 1850, and they found it in the 60s, 1960s.
Yeah, and they were working with German scientists.
Wow. NB gas for lift and propulsion.
So it's some sort of, secret aero club, or a bunch of guys that were into... That's what they're, I guess.
But what does that mean, an anti-gravity fuel? I'd like to have someone read that knows what the fuck those words mean.
I'm not even sure if it's real.
It doesn't sound like a fuel could turn...
Well, because we do it based on our timelines and this notion that we came from cavemen and, that...
No, I don't think that.
I think there's been multiple civilizations that just keep getting reset and reset and reset.
I think that's true. Yeah,
Thank you.
I agree with that. I think there's a lot of really compelling evidence that shows that. Have you seen Jesse Michael's new video?
No.
He's got a video on those tridactyl mummies in Peru where he went down there and had them CAT scanned and had them... Dude.
Tridactyl? Are we talking
what is... Let's go to that. We'll go to that right after this.
Gas, pretty much.
Ammonia gas?
We'll get back to
Does it say it's bullshit? It's how is it going to defy gravity? Unless you're talking about just lift, like a helium balloon. If that's kind of anti-gravity gas, if you think about it, sort of. But that's not what I think of when I think of anti-gravity. I think of space tech that allows you to shoot through giant distances instantaneously, like we hear about from these crafts.
But if let's just say this is real, and I do believe it's real, 100%. What do they have now? It's so far down the line. That's so long ago. That's 175 years ago. The technology that they could have.
This part, though,
if
is
it's
interesting about this club. I don't know how many, says flight enthusiasts in the mid-1800s there would have been. People would have been interested in flying, I guess, because they couldn't do it. But
the Nazi Bell, which is a big part of World War II that nobody ever talks about.
Right. That was like a flying craft that they were trying to develop, right?
Right.
So the Nazis were apparently trying to come up with a bunch of different shapes for crafts. One was a bell, right? One was kind of flying saucer-like, right?
Yeah. That's a whole part in
Here's
have you ever heard of Martin Bormann?
I always wonder, that's pretty dope looking. I always wonder when they talk about stuff like that, like the Nazis trying to make a flying saucer. Was that because they were trying to emulate something that they had seen, or that there was some sort of a hidden historical record of? Because if only the people that are at the head of the military today, or the head of these military contractors,